It is the hottest 3 minutes in financial advice, and you're seriously going to pay attention to this one here today, especially if you're a homeowner. It's the Hot Three with Honor Credit Union. Come be part of it. Andrew is joining us today. Andrew, my friend, how are you?
Doing great, Matt. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. I always love getting the opportunity to chat with you. You always bring us good stuff. And today, the first thing that I read on this one is the question at the top. And it's one of those things that I feel like anybody who owns a home is always thinking, especially right now with the way the market is. If people are like, I still want to get in and sell my house before this. So we're talking about what are the most important things that people can do to improve their home's value. So I'm going to throw it right to you because you got a lot to talk about here, man.
Okay. Well, I mean, the first thing is obviously if any of you have stepped outside in the past couple of weeks here in Southwest Michigan, it's been super hot and humid. Guy like me, not built for that kind of weather. So first thing on my list is going to be to fix my air conditioner. Actually, when my wife and I moved into our house last year, the AC went out and it was miserable. So if your AC is on its last leg, tapping into some of your home's value to replace your air conditioner, or obviously we have very cold winters here, so replacing your furnace unit, it's going to be a great way to build your home's value. People, when they're buying a home, love knowing and being reassured that those things have been recently replaced, because then that means that they're not going to have to replace them when they move in like I had to. So that's one thing you can do. Obviously, in 2022, we talk a lot about how we can be more environmentally conscious. So new windows, some more energy efficient appliances even. There's water heaters you can buy, geothermals that definitely help save on that electric bill. That's another plus to someone looking to buy a home and adds to your home's value. If you have any unfinished spaces, if you have an unfinished basement, or if there's a room that, if you're anything like me, maybe you tore it apart a year ago and you're like, man, I got to finish that project. Now's the time. Get that room finished up. There's a lot of great things you can do, and it doesn't have to be that over the top, but just having that extra space, especially in a basement, some usable space down there, that's a huge plus. That's one of the reasons that we actually bought the house we bought last year. So that's a huge thing for a lot of people, especially, if you're a family person and, maybe you need some space away from the kids, having a little, man cave or den where you and your significant other can spend some time. That's always nice. When you're looking at homes, what are you looking at? A lot of times when you drive by, you look at the outside, you're looking at that curb appeal. So maybe it's time to freshen up some of your landscaping or your siding. Those are some small things that the landscaping doesn't really take, that much of a financial investment, but it goes a long way, especially just trimming up some of those hedges. So, tapping into your home's equity is a great way to actually increase your home's value, because it's a great tool that you have that, unless you have the cash sitting in an account somewhere, which could be earning you money, this is a great tool to try and help you get that home finished so that you can sell it and really capitalize on this market that we're in.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is everybody's questioning right now, what's the state of the world? What's going to be happening with finances? You want to make sure you lock yourself into a really, really good position. And especially now when you have potentially the opportunity to save a lot of money and to, make those improvements that otherwise may not be done. This is a really great opportunity. Can I ask you, Andrew, is it a good idea to replace your siding with solar panels? You talked about, going more energy efficient. That's just what popped in my head. What do you think?
I would love to see a house sided entirely of solar panels. I feel like that would be really ugly and just something that you don't see that often. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it is an idea, Matt. And
it is an idea.
Effort on that.
I love that you said it's an idea. It sure is. It is not a good one, but whatever ways you got to do to find some energy efficient opportunities. But let's go back to some other opportunities, maybe to lower those rates or lower what we're paying and potentially save us money in the long run too. You mentioned some home equities. What are some other ways?
Sure. So, I mean, of course, if you have a credit card, you can use that, but the rates on those may be higher, especially in today's rising rate market, than using your home's equity. So, putting the smaller purchases on a credit card probably going to be okay. If you need a hedge trimmer so that you can trim, that landscaping out front, make it look nicer, yeah, go for that. I wouldn't really recommend doing a whole home equity loan just to get a hedge trimmer. But if you're looking to put, $5,000-$10,000, appliances, things like that, some of those bigger things. A home equity loan is a great tool that a borrower has who owns their home. basically every payment that you're making on your home right now, you are building equity into that. And so if you need to tap into that equity, you can do that. The rates are usually significantly lower than your credit card rates. There are fixed options as well. So if you're concerned about the rising rates, you can do a fixed rate home equity loan. And that's a great way to get some of that money in your account to help you do some of the stuff as well. Of course, you can always look at doing, if you had to do like a mortgage or something, but really I wouldn't highly recommend that. But I would, highly recommend keeping an eye on Honor's website over the next couple of months. This time of year, we usually do something in this neighborhood, no pun intended. Actually, every pun intended. So just keep an eye on our website because there's going to be some great stuff coming out soon that can really help you with these equities.
I'm just going to say, if you're taking out a home equity loan for a hedge trimmer, it better be a V8 and something you can also drive to work. I'm just saying.
Yes. Yeah. It's got to be the best hedge trimmer in the world.
Made of pure gold. It's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Andrew, you mentioned the website already, honorcu.com. Point us in the right direction. Once we get there, where's maybe the best place to look for this stuff, or what should we search for?
Well, if you're looking at what I'm talking about that's going to be coming out soon, it's going to be blasted all over the front page. So it's not anything that you should miss. But if you're like me and kind of oblivious, I would recommend clicking on the borrow button and then clicking on the home equity button. And that should take you exactly to where you need to go.
Sounds like we're getting an inside scoop. All right. Andrew, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for all the great information and helping us to make sure that we're making the most out of our money and our homes as well. We'll talk with you soon. All right.
See you, Matt.
You bet. The Hot 3 with Honor Credit Union. Come be part of it with Southwest Michigan.